Good morning, and welcome back to Dale's DIY. In this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the different tools and the things that are necessary to make your job easier when you're building your shop using concrete block. I'm really enjoying the process of laying the concrete block, and the block itself is very strong. If you have a good, strong foundation, you build it properly, it'll last well into the next century. And it's also quite reasonable compared to today's building costs if you want to do a stick wood type structure. So it's a great option. And I'm going to continue to show you how to put in the doors, how to put in the windows, how to do those other things. So make sure that you stay watching, like and subscribe. And I hope that you're enjoying this as we talk about the different tools of concrete mixer, the sand, the washed mortar sand, the gravel for filler when you make your cement to fill up your bond beam and to make the lintels across the top of the windows and doors. I'll be framing those up and pouring those in one piece with rebar reinforcement, so it will make those strong too. So as I say, continue to enjoy. Share with your friends. I hope this is a blessing for you and your family. And if you want to build a house this way, all you have to do is put a little bit bigger block on the bottom. So I'm using 8-inch because 8-inch just fits perfect. You don't have to make any measure adjustments. You go to the next bigger blocks and you do have to use a little bit different blocks on the corners, etc. But if you wanted to make a nice house, you could use a 12-inch block for the foundation, and then for the regular house, use an 8-inch block, and then you could use that lip on the 12-inch block as your starting point for your brick. You could brick this up real easy, putting metal supports every so often into your concrete block. As you go up, you put them in the mortar channel, and then you can use those metal supports to help hold the brick to the building. And it'd be a super simple process to make a really nice brick home this way. So anyway, like, subscribe, enjoy. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the DIY. You've got to have a concrete mixer. If you're a man, you can do it all by hand. I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace. It's one of the heavier units. Put a little cheap motor on it, and it works super. Works out real good. I keep my mortar, hydrated lime, sand. I keep it all right here where I can tarp it in case it rains. Good clean sand. The lime helps the concrete stick to the block and the cement, and it really does stick. It makes a difference. So the hydrated lime right there. And then the mortar, so I use 1 shovelful of mortar, half shovelful of lime, 4 shovels of sand, mix it all up in there, water to where it's workable but not too firm, and then you can lay it on the block with your trowel. And you need about, when it's all set, it's about a 3/8 of an inch of concrete that will be left in the mortar bed. All right. I think that's enough to get you going. The rest of it's common sense. And if you're going to make your own cement, then you'll need some gravel. Can't remember exactly. I'll have to get back with you on the ratio of gravel to sand. I've got it written down. I forgot. I'm good at forgetting. Anyway, get you a good wheelbarrow, and you'll be set up and ready to go. Take care. Like, subscribe, and hurry up and build your shop already. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to show you just how to lay a block. And I'm not very professional. I'm still learning, but the building is almost perfectly square and perfectly level, so we're not doing too bad. So just follow along here. So what we'll do is put some cement down on the edge that we're going to lay the block to. Get your trowel, and you can kind of see what that consistency of that cement, a little bit wetter than toothpaste. Come along here, kind of slide it on. It's leaving a nice little bead that it's going to sink down into and bond the two surfaces together. And you want to make sure you get enough Portland in here. Portland's what gives it the strength. You want that hydrated lime to make it bond, and you want that strength of the Portland. And I'm getting those cross pieces where that block will bond. Now, if you look here, one side is thicker than the other. The thick side is up because it gives it more surface for the cement to lay on. Then we're going to butter up this side. Now, don't get frustrated if you have, every once in a while you get some junk in there. Don't get frustrated if you have trouble doing this buttering up thing. It's a real skill, and kind of push that cement down in those grooves. Your bull nose, if you end up like a half block, it's harder to butter up because these little channels in there do help. And it helps to learn to lay with both hands, because there's going to be moments where you have to lay from one side or the other. All right, so as I come in, I grab with one hand here, one hand here. I keep it angled till right before I set it in so I don't lose my buttered up end, and now I set it to the string. Kind of wiggle it around and push it down to where we get it just about where we want it. Okay, make sure there's no grit there. Clean up the bottom of your level. Okay, that's level. That's level. So we're good this way. Now we'll push it in because we got to be at 16 inches for that. Plus we want the ends here to bond. We're coming up on that garage door, you know. So got about a ½ inch more. Got a little bit too much cement on there, didn't I? But you get the point. A little bit more. There we go. And then make sure we're up against that string like we want to be. All right.
Do you have to rebalance it?
We'll check our level. We should be fine because we're still on that string. There we go. Now we'll take off the extra mortar. Now, I wait until I'm done with all the row, and then I'll take my tool. I'll do the bottom side first, pulling it away from the corner. Then, like that. You can kind of come around this way. Once again, we pull the line from the corner so we don't mess up our little bit of the hole there. Okay, so pull that line there. Then I tilt the top. Then I come back from the bottom. And there you go. And then after it dries a little bit, we'll brush it off with the broom. So that's how she's done. Okay, there it is. There's the dry joint. There's the other head joint and the mortar bed it's laying in. So what we'll do is we'll take the hammer and we'll tap it in the middle web. Be careful not to break anything, but what we're trying to do is get a good head joint, and then that will leave us just a little bit of space to fill in. So now we got a nice head joint. Let's clean that off with the trowel. Show you what that looks like. Just take your trowel, just kind of go along like that. Okay, and now you can see, we can take this tool and you can get a better look. See, just take your tool like that, take your tool. I like to go a little at top and then come back from the bottom. Okay, now you can look and see we got a pretty nice, that's got a good space there, doesn't it? So now what we'll do is we'll fill in this side and finish it up. Okay, here's what it looks like. Here's what the other joints look like. So you can see you've got this space, and this space. So what we've done is we've taken this tool and we've gone down and poked into this space and plugged it up nice and tight. And we plugged up the middle and packed that down in there to where everything's squished out. See how that's squished out? And we got a good bond in there. Now we'll take the tool to it and brush it off. Okay, when you're setting that block, you've got to sit on that end, but a good way to measure yourself out is this seam needs to be in the middle of that web. That keeps your strength, that keeps you modular, that keeps you square. So you're square to the string, you're level, and you're hitting it right in the middle here. And if you do that on every row, you're going to be able to fly through this with very little checking and measuring because it's all set up modular. So you'll get your skills, but we'll keep going and giving you tips and pointers.